Shut the hell up. Alright.
That's a good way to start things. So mean to me.
Okay, so I have a story for you. I have a Am I the Asshole? Because those are my favorite. So, am I the asshole? This one's a little
chill,
because
tone down. Them shits be getting crazy.
We've had some crazy ones. So,
them shits be getting wild.
Am I the asshole for refusing to let my brother-in-law move into our guest house after he screwed us over financially?
That's got an easy answer to it.
Right.
Financially, now you're moving in to cost us more money. Yeah.
So, my husband and I have a small guest house on our property that we rent for extra income. Mm-hmm. A couple of years ago, my brother-in-law, his brother, obviously, because
I think we got that one, I guess,
approached us asking to borrow $10,000 to cover some debts.
Damn. I'm gonna just let everybody know now. I don't got it like that.
We go ask somebody for $10,000 to cover some damn debts.
I ain't got it like that.
He was desperate, and we wanted to help, so we lent him the money. With the agreement, he paid us back within a year. $10,000 in a year is a lot.
Sheesh.
A lot. But
I mean, if you think about like a car payments, you're not even putting down 10 in a year. Even if you took the fucking what the hell is it called?
APR or the interest?
The interest. Yeah, even if you took the interest out, you're not tossing $10K on that bitch. 5 maybe.
It depends.
6,
nowadays,
7.
Nowadays aren't like back in the day. Like we used to get like a car for like $300 a month. Now, you can't get a car for $300 a month.
Cheap is
even
like 5, 6.
Even with like the best credit, even when you see the commercials and they be like, "Yeah, come in now and pay."
I'll never forget
$500 a month, and it's like, but I have to have like an 800 credit score. I have to put down like 15,000. Like it's
I believe
so
I saw a Honda commercial, and it was just like, and now leases starting at $400 or $399. I'm just like, starting? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things are different nowadays.
Yeah.
But
let's see how he fucked up though.
Fast forward 2 years, and he hasn't paid us a cent.
Oh, come on, dude.
He avoids the topic every time it's brought up, and even had the audacity to take a trip to Cancun recently.
And the only issue here is not letting him move in. Fam, I need you to finish the story.
My husband and I had an argument about this because I'm angry. He's not holding his brother accountable. Now, the tenant in the guest house recently moved out, and my brother-in-law suddenly wants to move in. He claims he's struggling financially and needs a place to stay for a few months. I flat out refused. That's a nice way of putting it, because I would say, fuck no.
Oh, that would have been a hard fuck no for me.
I do not trust him to pay rent, and honestly, I'm still furious about the $10,000 he hasn't repaid. My husband thinks I'm being too harsh, saying, it's family, we should help him out.
Oh, I hate that fucking line.
But I feel like he's taking advantage of us enough. I told my husband, if he wants his brother to move in, he can either pay us back the $10,000 first, or sign an agreement with consequences for not paying rent. My husband says I'm being unreasonable and cold-hearted. Am I the asshole for refusing to let him move in without clear terms? First and foremost, you're the asshole for even considering letting him move in. Fuck everything else. Not even the asshole. You're just stupid.
That's crazy.
We're not doing this. My husband, I'm sorry. I mean, me and you would never
Never, ever, ever be a situation. I'm going to make it clear right now. My little brother, Tyrese, I love you. If I give you 10 racks and you don't pay me a dime for 2 years.
When the agreement was 1?
Bro, first off, fuck all that. Oh, I wanted to move in, you're being mean. Bitch, I'm whooping his ass. We're fighting. In fact, he better be stronger than me. He better be Jackie Chan level skilled. Because I'm fighting him all the time. Just for fun at this point.
Yeah, you better not even come around because every time I'm just going to smack you. Just because.
I'm forcing it. Like, what's wrong with you? You really think you're going to slide $10K off of me and not pay me a dime after making the agreement, not pay me a dime in 2 years, and then go to Cancun. Do you know how much money I'm willing to spend to go to Cancun to fuck your shit up?
And then, matter
To
of fact, the
ruin
money
you?
that you spent on the trip to Cancun, add that to the 10K because you
Oh,
need to pay me
absolutely.
back for that shit.
That's not even interest. That's slap in the face. You can put that on the invoice, bitch. That's slap in the face. It's gonna be like the principal, interest, slap in the face fee. Like you can go down the list. That's the
Yeah.
hey yo. First off,
For you to
your
even
husband's
ask,
dumb.
yeah, for you to even ask though, knowing you owe 10K, knowing that you ain't paid a cent,
Well, you know he asked his brother.
and then for you to ask,
You know he
and that's
asked his
another
brother.
thing I'll be upset with my husband about.
Yeah, he's.
Why did you even mention to him that the guest had moved out? Why are you telling him these things so that he can have opportunities?
Honestly, it's not even that. It's dude, why are you entertaining this? If you was established with your brother already, he wouldn't have the fucking brain power to even think it would be okay to ask that.
Yeah.
Like if it was art for well, you wouldn't even have to worry about that because honestly, if you were established, he probably wouldn't have did that. And if he would have did that, you wouldn't be talking to him.
He got
So
big balls.
either way, this wouldn't have happened. But your husband's an idiot. He's an
Yeah,
idiot.
he's definitely
Like
a pushover.
fuck all that fam. Oh, that's what I wanted to touch. That whole family line, right?
Oh, I hate it.
Growing up, I was taught, it's family, and I'm not even talking like ah. What I mean is, people put that it's family line way too high on a pedestal.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, people. You got to remember, family is what you make it, because biology is a thing. But even back in caveman days, they were not all related by blood, but they all came together as a family. The it takes a village line. That's a family.
Yeah.
They're not all related. Like
And that's not
what
fam. That could be your neighbors. That could be your friends.
Yeah.
That could be that's the whole thing. The whole village
Exactly.
thing.
Like if we're being real philosophical and we're trying to be like really deep and educated, the most smartest person I know said it clearest. Stitch, Ohana mean family.
What?
Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. He was an alien
It wasn't
from outer space.
It was Lilo that said
not
it.
related.
It was Lilo that taught him that.
And he hooked onto it. He gave it the meaning.
Ohana mean family.
You sound like Yoda. But listen, seriously though, like even if that's a joking example, he's an alien. She's a human. The blood doesn't make you the family. Blood is blood. Blood is thicker than water, but it's blood. It's something that you're going to use in Ancestry.com in 23andMe.
It's also something that you have to.
It's just crazy.
Can I interject?
What?
It's not blood is thicker than water. It's the blood of the womb. Sorry, the water of the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water in the womb, which is the opposite of how the saying is used. So people like to say, they like to say it's blood is thicker than water, but it's like no, your family that you choose is tighter than the family you're born into.
Yeah.
That
but
was
see, that
way
is
better. Now I have to use that.
Example of people taking things and making it what they want it to be.
By the way, that was Mike.
What they want it to mean. No, that like you also that also goes both ways. So if you're sitting here saying that's family, that's family, that's family, we got to do this, we got to be there for them, we got to do that. Why is that person not thinking, oh, that's my family? I don't want to screw my family over. I don't want to sit here and abuse my family, take $10,000 from them, and then be like, yeah, you guys are suckers. You're never getting that.
Yeah.
2 years went by and you didn't make a payment. If I've been in the same situation with my cousin. I damn sure didn't borrow fucking 10K, but I borrowed a couple of $1,000, and I was supposed to pay it off within a year. It took like 3 years, and to be honest, I felt shitty about it. But the difference is, I always kept in touch with her and was like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to do it this month. But I'm gonna do next month, and I'll give you a little extra. But every month I was giving her something for 2 years, even if it was one payment of like $500. Even just one effort of trying to pay it back would have been better than you just saying, it seemed like he was like, oh, I'm gonna use the 10, I'm gonna get the 10K, and had no
Yeah.
no intention of ever paying that back. That's $10,000. Even if I'm rich,
Ten
that's
thousand is
still
nothing to scoff
$10,000
at.
that we agreed that you were gonna pay back.
People with money will even tell you if you weren't born into money. People with money will tell you like, yeah, 10K ain't something to just scoff at. Like it's a
No.
lot of money. And when we're talking about a situation like this, dude, you don't take you're taking advantage of the situation. The situation being, this is family to these people. So, and I say to these people because obviously that's not how you're thinking.
Right.
If the roles were reversed, but he can clearly see this is family to my brother, so I'll be able to slide on this. But there goes the perfect example of how foolish you are. Yes, I'm saying it. I don't care what everybody else is saying. Like, whoa, 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 don't say that. Because I know I have friends whose ideals are like, well, you know, that's family. But dude, it's foolish because if you can't have the person on the other end match your ideals in this situation, then that whole family line is fucking stupid.
You're being manipulated.
No. Go back to your thinking, because we know that they're manipulating you. But go back to you. These are your ideals. You're letting this person get away with these things because they're family, but it doesn't match your ideals.
Right.
You're calling the person family because that's who you grew up with. You're calling the person family. Well, actually, no, not even. Some people don't even slide with that. Some people meet a family member and like, well, that's family, so we gotta. Bitch, I don't even know you.
That be really killing me because you didn't even know this person. Facts. Now it's like and now you find out, oh, that's my brother.
They in the kingdom now, huh?
Like,
yeah. All right.
What? No.
But it's just like no one ever. I feel like just no one ever stops to think if the person who they're protecting or helping or whatever match their ideals. Like I have no problem helping people. You don't have to be family for me to help you. I've helped random strangers and I've helped people who are close to me. But when it comes to ideals, when it comes to what I think versus what you think, people will always think differently. But don't think that you're going to get anything out of me because of a status. And that goes for I'm talking about my own kids. That goes for anyone. No one. You don't let nobody take advantage of you. Period. I don't care what the relation is to you. You just don't do that. A child kid, if they're smart enough, they can get away with anything with the sad, pouty face and the, say the right words and anything like that. But I'm not letting it happen because that shows a different mindset, a mindset that I am not raising you with. Going to the brother, we either were raised with, but you should have pulled away, or weren't raised with and you created yourself. And it just don't sit right. And if you allow it to happen, then it's on some brainwash shit that don't make no sense. And if you don't allow it to happen, shout out to you because you're not fucking stupid.
And it also comes down to like when you marry, you're creating your own family.
Yep.
You're creating your own family. So you and your wife need to be on the same page. You and your wife, you and your husband, whatever your partner's gender is, you need to be on the same page. Is that always going to happen? No. But when it comes to outside things, you need to be on the same page, especially when it comes to family. Because in this situation, your wife is pissed off with you because you are literally letting your brother walk all over you.
And you don't even see it.
Right. Or he does see it because his excuse is, well, he's family. No, but would you allow your boss to do something like that? Would you allow your coworker to do something like that to you?
Of course not, because they don't hold that title.
Right.
But so why is it okay for
why is it okay for somebody who is supposed to love you, who's supposed to respect you, who's supposed to have this level of familiarity? Whatever.
Fuck that word.
Whatever. You're supposed to have this connection. Why is it not okay for your coworker to do it, but it's okay for your brother to do it?
That's
ass backwards.
You know the easiest way to make somebody just feel stupid with this, if that was the mindset that they had, the easiest way to make them feel stupid If they're not like that, just ask them that. Would you do something like that to
No, of
someone?
course not. The
Would
answer
you,
is that
I mean,
immediately
straight
gonna
up
be
be
like, of
like,
course not.
would you do something like that to someone you don't know?
You're gonna get
If
actually
they say,
out of somebody like the brother, like the husband, you're gonna get one or two answers. Either absolutely not, or because the brother has done this to them and they don't want to put their brother in like that's a shitty person thing, they're gonna be like, well, it depends.
well, that's why I corrected myself and said to a stranger. You see, the way you answer that, the other one is straight up like, oh, I'm gonna answer it this way because it feeds what I need you to understand about me.
Right.
Regardless of if it sounds dumb, okay, cool. You can't answer that in a I needed to feed my way if it's a stranger. Because that doesn't make you look dumb. That makes you look like you have no level of education or self-respect for yourself. If I ask you, would you do that to a stranger? Well, if you say yes, then you're putting that situation on the same level as your family, the one you claim.
Mm-hmm.
If you say no, then why wouldn't you do it? There's got to be a reason. And don't say anything like, I don't know, probably wouldn't feel like it. That's a lot. No one's saying that. But yeah, if it comes to you, you would say straight out like, no, and then why? Because
that's a shitty thing to do.
Exactly. That's crazy because that shitty thing in your book gets a pass as long as you
share the same blood.
As long as you're family, that shitty thing gets the slot. You don't see it because they're family. You can feel it here and there, and it's deep down inside you, and blah blah blah. But you will purposely be blind to it because it's family. But now that I've asked you that question, you can't hide behind it now. You came up with the answer, not me. I just manipulated you to get to that answer, but I didn't come up with it. It's
also a really bad example to set for your kids because if you're it's not physical abuse, but you're showing that it's okay for your family to abuse you in ways.
Yep, absolutely.
So, because they love you and because they're family, right? Yeah. So when you go and you find someone, whether it's a blood-related person or a lover and a partner or whatever, and you're like, well, they love me. So it's okay that they throw me around a little bit sometimes because they love me and they only want the best for me and their family. So I'm supposed to. This obviously is helping them. No, it's just like you have to think about those things. I don't know if they have kids. I don't think it said if they had kids or anything.
I didn't
but
catch anything about
it's
kids. Even
it's
if
sad.
They don't though. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna give her the answer that I know she was looking for, and I'm not giving it because I want to give it to her. I'm giving it because it's just a fact, not an opinion. I don't care if it's an opinion. It's not an opinion. The fact of the matter is, if you're not an asshole person, if you're not fake, if you're not evil, no, she's not the asshole. And husband needs to,
man the fuck up.
Man up, or I don't know, go suck a dick. That might make him feel a little better.
Okay, well,
who knows?
Let us know in the comments what you guys would do.
Fucking idiot.
Let me know what you would do if you were the husband in this situation. How would you handle that with your brother? And then let me know what you would do if you were the wife.
Or if you were an idiot. Because that's what it seems like we're dealing with.
Sure.
Jeez.